Tennessee, Benny is on the beat. Here comes your host, Benny Pulley, going in-depth with singer-songwriters and musicians from across Music City and beyond, with live performances straight from historic WLIJ Studio-B right here in Shelbyville. Benny on the Beat on WLIJ is sponsored by Black and Blue Sports. Now, let's see what we got here. Here's Benny Pulley.
Well, good morning, folks. I am not Benny, but I am on the beat today. My name is Chase Clanton, and folks, Benny feeling a little under the weather, fighting off some laryngitis. He feels fine, but can't really talk on the radio when you have laryngitis, so that's kind of a problem. So we're filling in today. My name's Chase Clanton, as you know. Today I'm joined by my longtime friend. We've been playing music for 10 years together this year, Scott McLeod. Scott, how are you doing today?
Hey, everybody. How are you doing here? I'll try to fill in for Benny a little bit and pretend that I'm him too. So we love him and we miss him, but he'll be back soon.
That's exactly right. Well, yeah. Scott, we have a very, very special guest today.
Absolutely.
A man by the name of Joe Turley. Joe, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Fabulous.
So we're kind of joking, like we have the mics color coded here at the station, and I said Joe's green. Well, he's not green to the industry. Right? Joe's been around for a long time. You're a veteran in the music industry, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me a little bit about some of your musical influences and how you got started maybe at a young age playing.
Well, I come from a musical family. My grandfather played in a band. His name was Daddy Red.
Okay.
And guess what color hair he had? So he and his brother worked their way through UK back in the 1920s.
The 20s?
Yeah.
Wow.
In their own band. And they toured all over. They went to New York City. They went down to Florida. And but mainly they did local gigs around Kentucky. And I've still got their books. But he played piano and saxophone, and I still play that same saxophone today.
Oh,
so
really?
I'm almost 100.
Really?
Great sax.
Oh, I bet it sounds great.
It does, yeah.
Oh, wow. So that instrument's been passed down through your family for, generations at this point.
Right. It was his, and then on to me. I'm almost 100 myself.
Let's do the math. No, I'm just kidding.
But my mom played, and my father loved music, and so I got turned on to all different kinds of music. My dad was more like you guys play, classic country oriented. Hank Williams, Ernest Tubb, Willie Nelson, all the old George Jones, all the favorites that you guys play.
Right.
And my mom was more. They were children of the 1930s and 40s. So the Depression and on up, and they listened to big band swing and kind of boogie woogie stuff. And,
I see.
I got turned on to blues when I was about 13. I just heard I heard this guy playing harmonica over the radio. I remember I was in my basement. I just heard this sound, and I thought,
wow. Whoa.
You know, it's like this.
A little demonstration, folks.
Sound. I'll just show you a little bit. It was to me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For a young kid, I didn't know whether I thought maybe that was a trumpet or something.
Sure.
It was a little distorted. It was playing through one of those Chicago microphones, old amps.
Yeah, kind of like
little distortion. Sure.
Right. And I heard Sonny Boy Williamson and Little Walter and people like that, and I fell in love with that sound.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I
started playing harmonica seriously when I was 13.
Okay.
And
pretty early.
Started getting. Well, I went to do better in school. I was encouraged to go to a military school.
Interesting.
And my time there was another guy who played harmonica really well, and he helped teach me some. And boy, I studied it like crazy.
Really?
So
you had a mentor already?
I did.
That young?
Yep.
Nice.
I sure did. Yeah.
Wow.
That's when harmonicas were $5 each.
That's right.
Were they really?
That's right, yeah.
Sure.
Wow. So, do you remember who it was that you heard on the radio?
I think it was Sonny Boy Williamson.
Okay, that's
Bye Bye Birdie, actually.
Okay. Isn't it funny how you can remember that moment? Because honestly, that moment kind of changed the trajectory of your life.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
Let's be honest, because, I mean, now, was that wasn't your first instrument, was it?
No, they tried to teach me piano when I was about 6 or so, and that didn't work much. That
To no avail.
It was awful. I just wanted to go play ball. And they put my fingers on the keys, and I think I learned one song, one Indian song. So I can't quite play it now. But,
That's okay.
but it was very simple, and then they kicked me out of that. So,
You were reading
Or
the
they
music
stopped.
too, weren't you?
well, I was trying to read,
Yeah.
but
You memorize it because
I
you became a
memorized
great
it. Yeah.
musician and you memorize it so fast you didn't have to look at the music.
So,
that's right.
Yeah. that's
so
what
Joe,
happens.
do you play by ear primarily, or
Yeah,
Yeah, I was going to say, like, you're kind of like the rest of us.
I can read and I can write, but I don't like to, and I don't take gigs where I have to just sight read the
Oh,
notes.
Lord.
That is.
Yeah.
I just don't do it.
Play
But
from the
if
heart.
it's charts, I'm great. If
Amen.
it's chord charts, and I can go. Doesn't matter what key,
Yeah.
all that stuff. But
Yeah, absolutely. Our producer Brandon in the studio is nodding his head as well, because he's like, "No, I don't read the sheet music. I'm good with charts, though." We're all musicians. We're close to Nashville.
Yes, exactly.
But so Joe, you're a singer, you're a songwriter, you're a multi-instrumentalist. You play saxophone, you play piano, you play guitar, you play blues harp. For those listening that aren't familiar with that term, that's the harmonica, like we're talking about.
right.
You blow harp. All these are all terms that means the same thing. Do you play anything other than that, or is that your?
Those are the only ones I'm going to claim at this point.
Yep.
Little cowbell here and there.
I can play some flute here and there, and play some banjo a little bit, but
Okay,
not
5 string?
anything- Not anything. Yeah, 5 string.
Good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
Big banjo town here.
This is a big banjo town owned by people that make banjos and play banjos for Paul Hopkins.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
right.
Played on tour between Ralph Stanley and Bill Monroe for years and years doing festivals. But
Best in the world.
yeah, well, Joe, I'd love to hear you do a song.
Good. That's what I'm here for.
That's right, man. Look, he
Be
brought
delighted.
for all those watching on Facebook later, he's got a keyboard, he's got this great setup. Joe, what's the first song you want to do for us today?
Well, I'll take something off of my most recent album. It's kind of a gospel-y oriented record. And I'm going to release that. I'm planning on releasing it pretty soon.
Nice.
Great.
This is the only song I've released off of it as a single. And I'll just play it for you.
Fantastic. What's the name of the song, Joe?
Right Here, Right Now.
Okay.
Little by little, we're getting a little better. Step by step, we're making it over that hill. We can't lose if we let the Spirit move us. All we gotta do is choose to do His will. Living life in the moment, oh, such freedom. The past is past and the future's anybody's guess. The sun is shining if we will receive. Now's the time for us to all get blessed. Right here, right now. God is calling us, loving us, providing every need. Right here, right now. If we could just let go, believe He's in control. Open up, He's knocking at your door. Right here, right now. Now the enemy tries to trick us to depression. The doom, the gloom, the news, and the unpaid bills. let go. He's in control. Open up, he's knocking at your door. Right here, right now. Nothing in this world can ever separate us from the love which is in Jesus Christ. Right here, right now. Right here, right now.
Woo!
Yeah, man.
Right.
So everybody watching on camera will enjoy making memes out of my stank face for about 3 minutes straight right there, because I was like, yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Man, really good. That's Right Here, Right Now, a gospel song by Joe Turley. Can you just do that like 3 more times? I really love that song, man.
Thank you.
You know what they call that? They call it an earworm, because now I'm going to have that song in my head all day.
Yeah.
And that's okay, because it's great.
Oh, my gosh.
I love it.
It's fantastic. So, obviously, your belief, like us, Scott and I, led to that song. But what was the writing process like? What led to that song, if you know what I mean?
Well, I was, let me see if I can get this.
Cue the verb.
Yeah, there we go. That's better. I was invited to come play for this church that it was kind of a strange church. It was wonderful. They fed the homeless down there, and it was in sort of a business district of Nashville.
Okay.
And so anyway, I started playing there. This buddy of mine asked me to come sit in with him sometime.
Nice.
So I did, and I stayed about 5 years.
Oh.
And
quite sit in.
it just was a fertile ground and they loved original music. So I wound up writing a whole bunch of songs down there about the people I'd see and the ideas. It just came to do songs for that church.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
and I had some in my hip pocket from before, but one of the guys there was a producer and really encouraged me to come make an album at his studio.
You see how that works?
Yeah. And it was just amazing. His name was Mike O'Neill, and we produced an entire, I think it's 8 songs.
Yeah, like an EP almost.
With wonderful players in his great studio, and
Sure.
I'm about ready to release that. It's called Eyes on You.
Okay. About ready to release that now. Great.
Should be coming up this year.
Called Eyes on You.
Eyes on You, yeah.
Wow, so folks be looking for that soon from Joe Turley.
Yeah.
Where can people get that?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
Well, right now they can get it on my website. It's just www.joeturley.com.
Right.
Turley.
Easy to remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's the
folks
only
Google.
place they can get that one. They can get I've got 2 other records that they can get on wherever you get them, Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
Or YouTube or
All the places.
Spotify, all those places.
Okay. And when in doubt, just Google.
iTunes.
Yeah, iTunes too.
Yeah.
Just Google Joe Turley, folks.
Yeah.
When in doubt, just Google the name Joe Turley, right?
That's it. Yeah.
Man, I passed the spelling bee today. Whew.
You're on fire.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you what, let's take a short break here from Benny on the Beat. We'll be right back after this.
Bring your printing or embroidery vision to life today with Black and Blue Sports of Shelbyville. Proudly serving your community since 2003, Black and Blue Sports offers embroidery, printing, digital media, and ad specialty products. Choose someone who strives to provide you with the newest trends and exceptional quality with no minimums. Black and Blue Sports on 114 East Highland Avenue in Shelbyville. 931-680-9898 and online at blackandbluesports.com.
Hello, Trouble. And he's got a friend. It's Benny on the Beat on 98.7 and AM 1580 WLIJ. Sponsored by Black and Blue Sports. Now let's send it back to Studio B.
All right, folks, this is Benny on the Beat with Chase and Scott.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Yes, sir. And we're joined today by gosh, what a talented songwriter and musician. Mr. Joe Turley has graced us with his presence.
I still have that last song going through my head here. It's like,
man,
we better learn that one when we go out and play.
Yeah, we're going to have to play that at our gigs, man. Report it to BMI and ASCAP, by the way, so you get paid. But anyways, Joe Turley with us here in studio today. He's got a gospel album coming out called Eyes on You very, very soon, folks. And so we're going to do, I think, the title cut of that record.
That's right.
Here in just a second.
Yeah, called Eyes on You.
Fantastic.
Well, you know what? I need a harmonica for this one.
All right, let's make it happen. Well, folks, in the meantime, Benny on the Beat's brought to you by Black and Blue Sports. And again, we have joined by us today. We've got Joe Turley, fantastic singer-songwriter, doing some gospel music with some blues roots. I mean, this is a great show, Scott. And why didn't we bring our instruments today?
Well, I wish you did.
I'll run and get them right now. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Let's see here.
Oh, yeah. Eyes on You, folks. I feel a trash can ending coming on.
Yeah.
Man, what a great song.
Man.
And thanks for throwing us in on the background vocals.
Yeah.
We can now say, Scott, that we've sang with Joe Turley.
It's on my resume already.
Yeah, we're going to add that to the resume. That's right. Well, Joe, okay, so tell us, I guess maybe you've told us a little bit, like I know that's the, like you started playing at this church, you're involved, but what was the songwriting process with that song?
You know what? That was like a self-help song.
Ah.
That was
okay.
something,
Yeah.
it just kind of, I just started playing that groove and that riff, you know, and I'm thinking, what is it I really need to do?
Yeah.
In this life.
Right.
It's just, I would sing these songs and write these songs. I'd be singing them in the shower and singing them, you know, as you're writing a song, you keep singing it.
Yeah.
And so that one especially was kind of just a little guidance for my own self.
Very personal song.
And, yeah. I felt like it could be, you know, could be kind of a sing-along.
Yeah.
And it was fun. You know?
It sure was.
Well, you saw that it was.
It was in this room.
Yeah.
So that song started with the riff first, is that right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really started with the riff and the groove, just playing with that
Right.
that slide and everything.
Yeah, that sweet old harmony guitar that you're playing there. Did you write it on that particular guitar, or was it another one and you just kind of, this one has the tone, this has the tone that you want for that kind of a song for sure?
That's a really good
I don't know.
Yeah?
I can't remember.
Been a little while?
I probably did, because I love the slide on this.
Yeah, it's a great slide guitar.
So tell us a little bit about that guitar. That looks like maybe a 40s model.
I'm not really sure.
Okay.
It's a Harmony Broadway, and I bought it at an antique store in Dahlonega, Georgia.
Yeah.
For like $125 or something. And it was so beautiful. It was hanging up there, but the neck was busted.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I took it to a friend of mine in Nashville, and he did really over at Shiloh Music, and he was pretty fantastic.
I've heard some great things about that place.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he did really well with it.
So, Joe, when you are writing a new song, I know it's different every time as a songwriter myself, but does it typically start with like a riff, or does it start with a lyrical idea or a vocal melody? What is it for you?
It depends on the idea. You know, most of the good stuff comes if I'm just sitting down, or musically wise, it comes if I'm just jamming on something and get distracted by, wait a minute, maybe even a mistake.
Yeah.
And I turn it into a little groove, and it just, then that becomes kind of a foundation. And otherwise, sometimes I'll hear something in passing, in conversation, or be sitting there, and somebody will say something so heavy and brilliant.
Yeah.
You know,
that's a napkin moment when you pull the napkin out.
Right, that's the napkin
write down what they just said. It's like, I'm keeping that and put that in your pocket for later.
And boy, I've got pages of that stuff and lots of napkins.
We almost need like a special 3-roll ring, like a 3-ring punch napkin, so we can put that in our binder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, something a little gentle, you know?
Yeah, we have to be really gentle.
Boy.
So, it depends.
It really depends on whether the lyric comes first, and then sometimes if a lyric may give me a little melody, as when I first like realize it and sort of think, oh man, that sounds just like that and Duty or something.
Oh man, it doesn't.
Or, you know, I'll have 4 syllables or something that just work together into a little melody. Or
you just take that and run with it.
Yeah, that's right.
That's songwriting for you.
Do you usually jump on the piano or grab a guitar first when you have an idea, or what are you more comfortable with? Or does it again depend on the inspiration
that
you have?
What I'm jamming on.
Yeah,
I play a lot and I practice quite a bit. And lately I've been playing more piano, and so I've been getting more ideas playing piano.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
And as soon as I start drifting off of what I think I'm supposed to be playing, that's what happens every time.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, Joe, let's have another song. What's next top of mind that you'd like to do for us today?
This is a song off of my second album, which is called Over the Horizon, and it's kind of it's original music, but it's sort of in a classic rockish kind of genre, I suppose. Let me see where my B flat harp is.
I'll tell you what, I want to tease that song. Before we get to that, let's take one more commercial break right here on Benny on the Beat. Folks, we'll be right back with Joe Turley's music right after this.
Bring your printing or embroidery vision to life today with Black and Blue Sports of Shelbyville. Proudly serving your community since 2003, Black and Blue Sports offers embroidery, printing, digital media, and ad specialty products. Choose someone who strives to provide you with the newest trends and exceptional quality with no minimums. Black and Blue Sports on Wood 14, East Highland Avenue in Shelbyville. 931-680-9898 and online at blackandbluesports.com.
Here with Benny on the Beat. Again, Benny a little under the weather, not so much on the beat today. But my name's Chase Clanton, hosting alongside my fellow musician and longtime friend, Scott McLeod.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
And we're here today with Joe Turley, who's got another song he's going to do for us today. Joe, what was this one called?
Yeah, this is called Over the Horizon, and it's off of my second album.
Okay.
Yeah. This song was written in honor of my one of my very best buddies lived across the street from me.
Okay.
And we spent our childhoods together and went to military school together. And lived some life together, and unfortunately he took his own life. He just got really depressed, and so this is a song in memory of him.
Okay. Oh, man. It goes right through you, that song.
Yeah,
beautiful.
What a beautiful tribute to your friend.
Thank you.
Wow.
Well, you know, that's a major problem in our society these days.
It is, man.
It's, I've been told, it's a permanent fix to a temporary problem.
Wow.
It sure is. Yeah.
That's a quote.
Yes.
Throw that out there because there's hope.
Always.
There's lots of hope.
Yes.
So if you know somebody or if you ever hear the warning signs or feel like that's coming on, you know, tell somebody you love them and that there's time.
Yeah.
Jump right in. Absolutely. Get in there.
Yeah. Any friends you got that you hadn't heard from in a while, good check-ins, always welcome.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't worry about that. Don't think, well, we hadn't talked in a while, it might be awkward. Just reach out. It'd be good for the both of you.
And don't believe their social media, which makes it maybe look a lot like they're having a wonderful life, wonderful time. Talk to them. See them. Go see them face to face, or at least a phone call. Make it private. Make it intimate.
Yeah. Keep your friends on this side of the horizon. Right.
That's right.
I love that line.
Joe, you have done a lot of touring. I mean, you're a singer-songwriter and you're very, very talented, but you've been on tour with Dolly Parton, and yes, that's right, folks.
Wow.
I mean, you're listening to a station where we play her a million times a day, I feel like.
Yes.
We've got somebody in the studio today that's been on tour with Dolly, Willie and Waylon, Bobby Bear, I mean, Dr. Hook, Sweethearts of the Rodeo, and I'm just naming people that's coming off the top of my head and your website. What in the world? Tell me about that experience, specifically Dolly or any other road stories you have that you'd like to share.
Okay. Let's see. The Dolly Parton thing, that was like a totally direct answer to prayer.
Really?
Okay, tell us about that.
Okay,
I was
this is
so
good.
broke, you guys.
Oh, wow.
I was like what I call below peanut butter.
Below bologna?
Yeah.
Just the bread.
Yeah. And I had just moved back to Nashville on my second trip. I've been here one time and did some touring earlier, and when I was in my, 19, 20. And I left, I wound up, I'm not going to tell that whole story, but I wound up going up to Boston and studying music. And
Berkeley?
Yeah, at Berkeley.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what, when I was here at first, I saw these incredible players and people around here, and I thought, man, I better get it together. I gotta work on this stuff and find. And plus, I was interested in other kinds of music, and so I did that. And then when I came back to Nashville, I had a couple of gigs, but it was just so rough. I thought I was going to set the world on fire, and I just got broker and playing with the Holiday Inn bands here and there. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You know, I'll still do that sometimes.
Sure.
Yeah, it's fun.
Especially if it's fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And but anyway, I had been out jamming with different bands, and especially taking my sax. And she had wanted a saxophone harmonica player.
Oh, hello.
And so one of the guys that I had been jamming with his band recommended me for it. And so I did the audition and got the part, and she was fantastic. She's totally
what I've heard.
Okay,
totally what you see. She's really who she is, and she brought the band presents when we were getting ready to take off on the road, little shaving kits and stuff.
No way. She just wanted you to clean up a little bit, maybe.
Sounds very nice.
She hung out with my mom one show that we had up in Columbus, Ohio. My mom and my little sister came to the gig, and I looked out at sound check, and there are the three of them out there, heads bobbing, talking up there, doing the girl talk and all that.
Sure.
But it was so cool just to see her.
What an icon.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's exactly what I would hope to hear.
Yeah.
Hey, what's Mama doing today? I think she's hanging out with Dolly. I don't know.
But you know, the fact that you immersed yourself into all those musicians, you never know who might say, you know this guy named Joe who's a good player, good guy. I think he should check it out. And you look how that happened, right?
Yeah.
Which I'm sure led to other things.
You cast your bread on the water. You got to plant your seeds.
Absolutely.
You got to
plant that seed, yes.
You got to cast your bread on the water. That's That's a good way to look at it. The ducks will come.
Yep, have no fear about it. Just get out there and do it. And like I said, I was no angel or anything else. I was really getting depressed about all this work I'd done, and then no gigs coming in and everything. And
Drought,
God's timing.
Yeah, the hand of God directed you.
Oh, yeah.
My
and
goodness.
It was just perfect.
There's a lot of times we can speak up and say, well, I think and I want, and I'm quoting Pastor Allen, but man, you just trust in the Lord, you're good.
Yeah,
you know?
That's right.
Well, very good. So, okay, that's a little about Dolly. What about, like, you have any other road stories, like maybe Willie and Waylon or someone like that?
Well, I loved them both, and they were both really nice to me. I played in Waylon's touring band, so we only did the Willie shows when we did package shows when it was Waylon and Willie together.
Okay.
And Willie invited me to come play and sit in, because I was playing some sax and harmonica also with Waylon, but I was sort of holding down the fort on keyboards, right?
I see, yeah. Okay.
But he said, come on out there, boys, come on out and play, all of us in the band.
Wow.
And so I went out there and I took my sax out there on one gig, and I remember my mom was in the audience, and let me see, a whole bunch of people that knew me. So it was kind of like a little hometown thing close to Cincinnati.
Oh, how great is that?
Was
and
like
that was great. That was just, you know, they saw me all my life walking around carrying a guitar, or asking if I could borrow somebody's piano, or you know. And I went out there and I played with Willie, and then on the next gig, I didn't go out. I just stayed in the back behind stage, and I watched his part of the show, because we do our show with Waylon, and then Willie would come out and join Waylon's band.
Okay.
And then we'd play for him, and then there'd be an intermission, and then Willie would come out and do his show last.
Okay.
So that's when he said, come on, boys, come on out and join me. So I didn't, and I waited behind stage, but at the very end of that concert, and, you know, there's thousands and thousands of people out there.
Was this a stadium gig, by the way?
This wasn't a stadium gig.
Okay.
This was like maybe a big old state fair or something.
Okay.
And,
okay. Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. And so here I am watching the very end of it, and Willie's coming off the stage, and he just makes a beeline straight to me.
Oh.
And he comes up and he gives me this big bear hug. He says, now, boy, why didn't you get out there and play?
Oh, really?
No way.
And I said, I was shook up a little bit.
Yeah.
I said, well, man, I didn't know. And he said, listen, you don't need no invitation from me. You just come on out there.
Oh, man, that's amazing.
And to me, that was like, you must be okay.
you must be a good guy.
Yeah.
And it was just so confirming.
Exactly.
But you know how we all are. We don't know how.
You don't want to disrupt something.
For him to do that and just make a point with all those thousands of people and everything out there.
That's the invitation right there. That's amazing.
Such a cool thing for him to do.
What a fantastic story.
Yeah, what a great feeling that must have been.
Yeah.
Just like, you're accepted.
Yeah, well, they're human beings, too.
Oh, my goodness,
Well, folks, I'll tell you what, let's take another break right here on Benny on the Beat, and we'll be back with some more original music, right?
All right.
With Joe Turley. We'll be right back after this.
Bring your printing or embroidery vision to life today with Black and Blue Sports of Shelbyville. Proudly serving your community since 2003, Black and Blue Sports offers embroidery, printing, digital media, and ad specialty products. Choose someone who strives to provide you with the newest trends and exceptional quality with no minimums. Black and Blue Sports on 114 East Highland Avenue in Shelbyville. 931-680-9898 and online at blackandbluesports.com.
Hi, this is Benny Pulley with Benny's Woodworks and Discounts. We have proudly been serving the woodworking community since 1982. I would like for you to check out our website, bennyswoodworks.com. If you're like me and you're a woodworker or a crafter, you'll enjoy visiting the site. Everything from hinges, knobs, spindles, pulls, screws, to all kinds of wood turning and supplies, we've got it. And if you don't see it on the site, hey, just give me a call, 1-800-255-1335. And let me know. I just might have it. bennyswoodworks.com.
Hello, trouble. And he's got a friend. It's Benny on the Beat on 98.7 and AM 1580 WLIJ. Sponsored by Black and Blue Sports. Now let's send it back to Studio B.
Fantastic. Well, we're right here on Benny on the Beat on WLIJ, brought to you by Black and Blue Sports of Shelbyville. Thank you so much to Black and Blue for sponsoring this. And folks, I'll tell you, what an opportunity to have Joe Turley with us today. What a great, we've got like 20 more minutes of this fun left. And, okay, let me take a second and tease. Not only has Joe written songs for great people and written great songs for himself, been on tour with the likes of Dolly Parton, Waylon and Willie and Bobby Bear, and everybody we just talked about. He's also co-written a song that was recorded by Ringo Starr, which we're going to do at the end of this program. But folks, we've got somebody that helped write a song for one of the Beatles in the studio in Shelbyville, Tennessee. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be towards the end of the show. Joe, what do we have next?
Well, this is a song co-written by the same fella that co-wrote the Zoom In, Zoom Out, the Ringo song.
Right.
And we are best buddies. We moved to Nashville together when we were, I think, 19.
Okay, where'd you both come from?
We came from Lexington, Kentucky. His name is Jeff Silbar, and he's a killer songwriter.
Okay.
He wrote the song, co-wrote the song, The Wind Beneath My Wings, if you know that one.
Oh, wait, who did that?
Bette Midler and...
Yeah.
Yeah, like the whole...
Are you kidding? Okay.
Yeah.
So many people did that. Oh, my goodness.
Lots of people, I think.
Legendary
it's been
song.
recorded maybe more than any other song.
Okay.
Maybe. It's like
Cocker,
ASCAP's biggest song or something. But anyway, other than that, we were just buddies, you know.
Cool.
For years and years, we lived together and roomed together in Nashville, trying to be songwriters and he got more into the writing part and the song pitching and working with and the business end of it, and I did more touring stuff. And so I'm really proud of Jeff, but we maintain our friendship. He lives out in California now, but we write pretty much every year. We got a bunch of new songs, and this is one of ours.
Fantastic.
Wow. And what's this one called?
It's called 5 Minutes Ago.
5 minutes ago.
I love that. I love it already.
Past the house where you used to
day of my life, darling, with you lying here next to me. Your eyes brighter than the sunshine. Oh, girl, you know sometimes it seems like 5 minutes ago. Oh, how the time has flown, and I swear we were right there 5 minutes ago. 5 minutes ago, baby.
Yeah,
Awesome.
man. Great work. That's 5 minutes ago.
That is another ear. Oh, man.
Yeah, by Joe Turley. What a fantastic song,
And
Joe.
Jeff Silbar.
And Jeff Silbar. Thank you so much. Yes, of course. So, so coming out of that song, I'd like to ask you, which gigs are the most fun to do and why? Money aside.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Good question.
gosh, that's a hard. Almost any gig with a band
Yeah.
with me. I enjoy playing solo stuff and make lots of my living actually doing solo gigs.
You keep more than
Even
money.
playing some jazz gigs and stuff like that. But
Sure.
I love playing with other musicians anytime, just about anywhere.
You know, I saw your set list online. You have every genre of music that you do. So you must have so much fun playing with different musicians, whether it's jazz, the R&B, the classic rock, the country, all of this. You have so many different styles of music that you do, and you do so well that just surrounding yourself with different musicians all the time, and you know the guys that you play with, it must be a blast every time you get together.
It is. It's that combination of players together. It's that, what is it called? There's a synergistic effect.
Right? Yes.
Like when we're all in it, and it's better than
It
anyone.
locks in. Yes.
And, yeah. And
Absolutely.
to me, I just
Man, yeah.
I love that so much. It's nourishing to me.
Right on.
So, folks, what we're talking about is like when a band gets together. I mean, whether you're doing the gig, you know, whether you're playing live, or if you're just rehearsing or jamming, whatever, and then it's some magic just happens, and everything clicks together, and it's like the band becomes one solid wall of sound that's just moving forward. You can't, you know, nobody's out of line, nobody's getting out of time. I mean, you know, the nuts and bolts aside, things really come together. It's like one spiritual force of music altogether.
Yeah. Everybody lets go of their own ego and their own stuff, and they listen, and they and by listening to one another, then they almost automatically just get right in the groove with each other. And man, when the whole band is there, everybody knows it.
Yep.
Oh yeah, because you can look around, and it's written on everybody's face, like it's happening.
Yeah.
You know, like
Then we slip right out of it. You know.
That's
In
on
5 minutes.
Trainwreck.
Yeah.
hopefully not.
You want
live.
to try and keep it as long as you can.
That's exactly right. So, okay, of course, we've got the Ringo song coming up here in just a second. But I want to take a second and plug, like, where people can find you, like your website, any social media, and where they can find your music and stuff like that once more.
Well, that would just be joeturley.com. All my albums are on there, and they're available on there. Actually, you can, right at this point, you can listen to everything for free. So
and YouTube as well.
YouTube, I think they only give you snippets to listen to.
Is it Jitterbug that I see on there?
It shouldn't be, actually.
I've seen that somewhere.
When the Jitterbug bites?
Yeah.
I kind of hope that's not on YouTube, but it's in the major places. My first two albums are in, I think, all those digital stores.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So iTunes.
I know there's some live video. There's
some.
some live clips I saw on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know about how great they are.
Oh, they're all great.
Stick with the studio version and go, iTunes, Apple Music, Amazon Music, stuff like that, or joeturley.com. That's Joe like it sounds, JoeTurley.
All right, thank you.
.com. Yes, sir, absolutely.
Easy to remember.
So as we begin to kind of get towards the end of the show, I know we've got, obviously, if you're just tuning in, we're with Joe Turley, who has co-written a song that was on Ringo Starr's album, not his most recent country album, but the Zoom In album, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the song's called Zoom In, Zoom Out. And you co-wrote that with Jeff Silbar. So tell me a little bit about that. I mean, oh my gosh, how did that happen? How the song come about? What was it like working with Ringo? We'll work through this.
Well, Jeff and I went out to California pretty much to write songs, and I've got some relatives out there too. My in-laws are out there.
Okay.
And so we were going to make a double trip out of it. My wife coming out there later to meet me. But I went to Jeff's house first, and we hung out for probably 3 or 4 days, and we probably wrote 5 songs or parts of them.
So is Jeff in California?
And he's in California.
Okay, so he's moved.
He lives in
there.
California. He's been there for 30 years or something now.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, and he's had many other cuts. That's just like the one that everybody knows.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
With the name like Ringo
He's had
Starr.
songs by Fleetwood Mac and John Mellencamp and tons of country artists, too.
Wow.
But another plug for my buddy, Jeff.
Let's do it.
So, yeah.
Benny on the beat, baby.
For sure.
So, anyway, he had heard that Ringo was looking for songs. And so Jeff decided to come up and visit my in-laws with me up in a different part of California. And so we're riding along and we're writing this. And I had that title for a while, Zoom In, Zoom Out, just because I thought it was a cool title.
Sure.
And so we just started getting that kind of a boogie-woogie groove
blues
thing,
jam type of feel.
Cool.
And thinking of we didn't really design it for Ringo so much, but we had that in the back of our mind during this little
session.
Yeah, writing sessions that we're doing.
Yeah.
And so we thought of some pretty kind of trippy peace and love lyrics,
Of
to
course.
go along with it.
Yeah.
And we wrote lots of it in the car on the way up there. I just I had a little travel guitar, and we were passing it, the lyric back and forth. And I mean, Jeff was just on fire too with all kinds of great ideas. And so by the time we made our 3-hour trip, we had most of that song.
Wow.
And
I can imagine that.
So Jeff had an engineer that he knew that was working with Ringo.
Oh, okay.
And sent that song over there. And, we had no idea. But a month or so later, we heard, man, Ringo heard your song and loves it. He's walking around the house singing it.
What was that like?
That
was really surreal.
We got to talk about that now.
Wow.
For me, it was almost like I've had so many close calls with great possibilities.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm going, all right, we'll see. We'll see how that works out.
A little cynical,
and,
a little skeptical.
A little bit skeptical about it, but, it all worked out, and it was right toward the end of COVID when he released it.
That's right, yeah.
And
it was 2021?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was just so cool to hear it, and the guy that played guitar for the Doors played on it. Robbie Krieger, I think is his last name. And,
really?
Ben Montench played on it, and great keyboard player.
All-star lineup.
And, of course, Ringo. And those drums. But anyway, I'll be happy to play it for you.
So this is Ringo Starr. Zoom in, zoom out.
Yeah.
Joe Turley, folks.
All right, let me see here. till Galileo put on his thinking cap and changed things forever. Wait a minute, let me do that again. Till Galileo put on his thinking cap and changed things forever. There we go. The Earth's just a dot for an astronaut, but there's a whole universe in one raindrop or a single bubble of soda pop. We're all in this together. Zoom in to get a new perspective. Zoom out to see we're all connected. A distant star is reachable. Every moment is teachable. Love is what it's all about. Zoom in, zoom out. When your journey seems an endless one and fear is hard to overcome, you know, step by step is how you get it done. One day you'll be laughing. A wealthy man from way on high, or a homeless child neath the cardboard sky. If we could only see through each other's eyes, imagine what could happen. Zoom in to get a new perspective. Zoom out to see we're all connected. A distant star is reachable. Every moment is teachable. Love is what it's all about. Zoom in, zoom out. Oh, switch your paradigm. Seek and you shall find. At the end of your nose is infinity. If you open up your mind, yeah, open up your mind. Zoom in to get a new perspective. Zoom out to see we're all connected. A distant star is reachable. Every moment is teachable. Love is what it's all about. Zoom in, zoom out. Zoom in, zoom out. Oh, zoom in, zoom out.
Man, Joe Turley, ladies and gentlemen, with his and Jeff Silbar's song that was recorded by Ringo Starr. Yes, Ringo Starr,
The
folks.
Ringo Starr.
The Ringo Starr from
Man.
the Beatles, right here on WLIJ. Joe, thank you so much for coming in today. I really
You are
appreciate
very welcome.
it. Fantastic.
So I don't
show.
get a take two for messing up that first verse.
Nobody can tell. We couldn't tell. It sounded great.
I wanted
It sounded really
to
great.
hear the hat lyric again, so it was great for me.
All right.
Put on his thinking cap.
Yeah.
You know, you've got a hat right here, and there's a hat behind me. I almost reached around and
Yes,
put it
I
on.
do. I'll put it on for Jenny right now.
You'll put on our
go.
Without
thinking cap.
glasses, too.
That's right. Well, folks, as we put on our thinking caps, mine from the Hopkins Hat Challenge right here at WLIJ. I think we're getting a photo op right now, Joe.
We are.
Oh, no.
That's exactly what we're doing. Folks, this is Benny on the Beat. My name's Chase Clanton, our co-host today, Scott McLeod. Benny, get better soon, because we
Yes,
can't wait for
please
you to
do.
get back on the beat. Joe, thank you so much for coming out. Anything else you want to say
And
before we go
thank
off
you,
the air?
Benny, for having me. Appreciate that very much.
Yes, and a big thank you to Brandon Crosland on the ones and twos in the studio for us today.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Brandon.
And also, one more thank you to our sponsor, Black and Blue Sports. Folks, Chase Clanton for Hopkins Farms Broadcasting. We'll see you next time.